All right. Hello, everyone. Welcome in. My name is Alexis Miller. I'm one of the yoga instructors here for Yoga for Caregivers. This is our weekly stretch session where we focus on getting into our bodies, stretching ourselves out, getting us ready for the rest of our day and the rest of our week. So as we move through practice, let's keep in mind our boundaries. Notice, where are you ready to extend into postures? Where do you need to modify and come down to the mat? Or perhaps find a center posture. Also, keep in mind, I don't often cue water, so if and when you feel thirsty, please feel free to step off your mat, grab that drink, and then join us whenever you feel ready. Also, for today's practice, we're using a special piece of equipment. It's a yoga strap. If you don't have a specific yoga strap, you could always use an exercise band, an old scarf, or a necktie. You can also use a hand towel or even a regular towel. Okay, any of those will do. Just something that has a bit of length, that has a middle and two ends that you can hold on to. Okay. So, beginning by coming into a comfortable seat here, legs can be crossed or straight out in front of you. You can be up on a prop like a block, that's what I'm sitting on, or you can be down on your mat. It's up to you. We're going to wiggle back and forth, rooting into the sits bones, and then we'll sit up nice and tall. Let's inhale as we draw our shoulders forward and up, and then exhale as we drop them back and down. Nice. Find a comfortable position for your hands, whether on your knees or in your lap. You can find an unmoving point and soften the gaze or close the eyes if that feels good for you. This year, inspiration for our classes is drawn from the Native American medicine wheel based on Sunbury's vision. The medicine wheel teaches us about movement and change and offers us insight that will help us learn and grow. We're now in the snake phase of the year, which happens under the 11th moon of the year. Now is the time to lean into the transformation that is ripe. We've spent the year hard at work, finding ways to cultivate habits, make meaningful change, and live in alignment with our true nature. Now we can shed the parts of ourselves that no longer serve us, much like a snake sheds its skin. As we move through practice, notice if there's an area of your life that feels ready for a transformation. It can be big or small. What's important is that it's meaningful for you. So settling in, taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air. And then slowly exhaling that breath back out. Take another deep inhale, fill your belly, lungs, chest with air. And then slowly exhale that breath back out. Take another deep inhale, feel your belly expanding outward like a big balloon. And then exhale as you draw that belly button in toward your spine. Inhale as you feel your torso expand, your collarbones gently lift. And then exhale as you feel your shoulders release down and away from your ears. Inhaling air in your nose, down your throat, filling your lungs. And then exhale as you feel that air leave the lungs, move up your throat and out your nose. Continue to breathe here, inhaling and exhaling with intention, really noticing the movements of the breath. And allow with each inhale, drawing in what you need. And allow with each exhale to let go of what's no longer serving you. Starting to cultivate that transformation right here with your breath. Now, if it feels right for you, you can just stay right here with the breath. And if you notice the mind wanders off, it's okay. Draw it back to the breath, back to focusing on your inhales and exhales. But if you'd like, you can incorporate a mantra here to help you stay grounded and focused on the breath. Inhale, I can. Exhale, transform. Inhale, I can. Exhale, transform. Remaining here with the breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments here today. Take one more deep inhale here. Set an intention or a purpose for your practice today, which really can be anything at all, but it often answers the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a nice deep inhale here. Feel that intention with heart and mind. And then exhale that breath out, setting that intention off to the side, knowing we'll return to it toward the end of our practice. Lovely. I'm going to go ahead and come down onto the mat. If you're on a prop like a block, I invite you to move that out of the way here. Coming into a comfortable seat, legs can be crossed or straight out in front of you. We'll inhale as we sweep those arms wide, bring them up overhead, cast the gaze skyward, and then exhale, twist over to the left, right hand to the left knee, left hand behind the body, curving your head around into a seated twist. Inhale brings us back into center. Exhale, we twist over to the right, left hand to the right knee, right hand behind the body, curving that head around into a seated twist. Inhale, coming back into center. Exhale, twisting over to the left again. Stay rooted through the hips, long through the spine. Inhale, come back into center. Exhale, twisting over to the right. Shoulders shrug down, curving that nose around. Lovely. And then inhale, come back into center. Exhale, drop your left hand down to the mat and bring it directly out to the left, away from the hip here. Good. So not backward, but instead directly out. And then lean over to the left, reaching through those right fingers, seated side bend. So you can press into this bottom hand, or you can even drop down onto that elbow. Reach through those top fingers. Feel that pull through the entire right side of the body, especially into the top of that right hip here. Good. Stacking shoulders, couple deep breaths here. Side body stretches always make me yawn. Good. We inhale, come back on up into center. Drop that right hand down. Again, step it directly out to the right, not behind you, but right out to the right. And then lean over to the right, reaching through those left fingers, seated side bend. So again, you can press into that bottom hand. You can also drop down onto the elbow. Reaching through those top fingers, feel that pull through the side body. Stacking the shoulders, really tuning into sensation on the top of that left hip here. Let's take a couple deep breaths here together. Nice work. And then we inhale and come back on up into center. Nice job. All right, we're gonna grab our yoga strap or our alternative, goodness, and then we're gonna make our way onto our backs here. So keeping that strap nearby, tucking the knees into the chest, coming down onto your back. Give yourself a little squeeze here just to start. Maybe rock from side to side, a little massage for the low back to begin. Good. And then coming into stillness when you're ready, we're going to start by extending that right leg straight out to the end of the mat here, foot gently flexed. We're resting on the floor here. And then we're going to take our strap or our prop and we're going to find the center of it and then place that around the arch of the foot. So not the ball or the heel, but the arch, and then extend that left leg long. So now you see I have the strap in both of my hands, kind of like I'm holding a pair of reins on a horse, okay? So start by extending that leg nice and strong. Inhale, reach through the heel toward the ceiling, and then exhale, draw that leg in toward the body. Holy buckets, we're feeling that stretch. So there's a tendency when we do this stretch to bend the knee. You're going to lose all of that stretch if you're letting this happen with the knee here, okay? So instead, lift that leg up, straighten the leg, and only pull back as far as you're able to maintain that almost entirely straight leg. We really want to target the entire back of the leg here. Now, arms can be choked up. You can have them closer down to the body. You can also use a single hand if you want. Notice what feels right for you. Let's take a couple deep breaths here together. Nice work, folks. Inhale, bring that leg back into center. We're going to transfer the strap into our left hand here, maybe using the right hand for extra support along toward the end of the strap. On the exhale, allow that left leg to fall open to the left here. So we're getting a nice deep stretch of the inside of that left leg. Note the more that you pull the toes as if you're trying to bring them up to touch your left temple, the deeper that stretch is going to be through the inside of that left leg. Now you can hold that strap with the left hand. If it's more comfortable, you can hold it with the right across the body. You can use both. You can get rid of it and hold the foot or not use the strap at all as well. All of these are options, noticing what feels right for the body. Your last option here is to extend your right arm out to a T that just gently opens up that right part of the chest and into the arm here. Let's take a couple deep breaths here together. Great work, folks. On the next inhale, bring that leg back up into center. We're going to switch hands. So right hand is going to grab that strap this time. Again, you can hold on to the ends with the left arm if you want. Option, not a requirement. And then on the exhale, left leg draws across the body as we lower it down to the floor. So I'm holding that strap in my right hand. If it feels better, you can hold it in your left instead. I'm now feeling a really nice deep stretch through the outside of the right leg and getting a twist through the spine. Now, if this is too much, you can always take a prop like a block and place it beneath your foot here for some extra support, right? And you've got different heights for that block. But again, the more we pull those toes up toward the right temple, the deeper the stretch will be to the outside of the leg. So notice where your boundary is today. And then pressing into your right elbow to keep your left shoulder blade rooted onto the mat here. So we're getting that nice deep stretch here and twist through the spine in the opposite direction. Good. Let's take a couple deep breaths here. All right, inhale. Go ahead, press into that right elbow, bring that leg up into center. We're going to remove that strap here for a moment. We're going to bend that knee. Now, options is you can take your hands, interlace them around the shin, and then draw that knee up toward the left armpit. So, not directly into the chest, but kind of off to the side. We're trying to get into that left hip, so this may be enough of a stretch for you. An option is to grab that left foot with your left hand and then raise that foot toward the sky, drawing the knee down toward the left armpit. Again, option. If this is inaccessible, you can always use your strap, just like you were on the arch of the foot, and then draw that foot down using the strap here. So notice what feels right for you, what is accessible. There's not a wrong answer. We're just trying to target that left hip here in reclined lizard. So taking a couple deep breaths wherever you are. Nice work. Go ahead, drop that left sole of the foot down to the floor, knees in a little mountain, and then windshield wipe that knee back and forth, just releasing the glute, the hip, and getting into that left side of the low back, getting a little bit of blood flowing again. We just did some pretty big stretches there. Really nice work. And then let's come on to the opposite side. So this time, extend that left leg long, bring that right knee in, grab your strap here, extend that right foot up to the sky after you place that strap around the arch of the foot. So again, finding that strap in the hands or whatever prop you're using. Again, I have it in both hands, but you can modify it as you'd like. Okay. So inhale as you press that right heel up toward the sky, and then exhale as you draw that leg in toward the body. Ooh. So as we come in onto the opposite side, notice the tendency to bend the knee. That is not what we're focusing on here. Instead, we're trying to keep that leg as straight as we can and pulling in from there. That way, we're getting that fullest expression of the stretch through the back of that right leg. Let's take a couple deep breaths here together. All right, inhale, bring that leg back into center. Transfer the strap into your right hand, and then exhale, allow that right leg to fall open to the right, coming into that nice wide stretch on the opposite side. So here we go. We're getting that stretch of the inside of the right leg now, really opening it up here. The more that you pull the toes up toward the right temple, the deeper the stretch will be through the inside of that leg. Option, you can hold it in the right hand. You can hold the strap in the left hand across the body. You can use both hands if you want. Another option is to extend your left arm straight out to a T, opening that left side of the chest into the arm all the way down to the fingertips. Wherever you find yourself, a couple deep breaths here. All right. Inhale, bring that leg back into center. Switching hands. So grab that strap with the left hand here. And then exhale, allow that leg to go across the body to the left, coming into that nice IT band stretch opposite side. So, woo, we're feeling it immediately to the outside of that left leg. Again, the more you pull the toes up toward the left temple, the deeper that stretch will be through the outside of that leg. Pressing into that left elbow to keep right shoulder blade down onto the mat. And again, you can extend that right arm out to the side, bringing that opening into the chest, deepening the twist through the spine. But if you'd like, you can also hold the end of the strap and use that for support across the chest if you'd like. It's really whatever you prefer. It's up to you. Couple deep breaths. All right, inhale, go ahead, come on, back up into center. Unhook that strap for a moment here. Bring that knee down close to the body. Take those fingers, interlace them around the shin. Draw the knee toward your right armpit. So this is an option. If you're feeling a stretch in the right hip, feel free to stay right here. Option is to grab that right foot, bring the sole of the foot so it's almost parallel with the ceiling, and then draw the knee down toward the mat. So you see where the knee is here. I'm getting a nice deep stretch in my right hip. We're now in reclined lizard. You can stay here. If this is inaccessible for you, you can always take that strap, wrap it, or wrap it, wrap it around the arch of the foot, and then draw the knee down here. So notice what feels right for your body. Let's take a couple deep breaths here. All right. Inhale, release that sole of the foot to the floor. Knee is up in a little mountain. And then just windshield wipe that knee back and forth, releasing your glutes, hips, and low back here. Yeah, just getting a little bit of blood flow back into those joints. You just did some really big stretching. Great work here. And when you feel complete in that, we're actually going to inhale, bring both the soles of the feet together. Goodness. We'll move that strap so it's out of the way. If you have blocks or other props, you may want to bring them nearby to either side of your body. And then on the next inhale, allow the knees to fall open wide as the soles of the feet come together, coming into reclined down angle. So you'll notice here, I use my blocks and I place them underneath my knees. I have them on the medium side. You can always adjust to a different height or get rid of them altogether. If you do not have them, they are not required. If this is uncomfortable for you for any reason, you can just extend your legs straight out to the corners of your mat. So reclined bound angle is a really gentle posture. It's a great way to kind of wake up in the morning, especially if you're feeling tight in the hips and the low back. It's an excellent way to go to bed at night. It's very restorative and a calming posture, and it recenters you down in your root chakra space. So that's down in that pelvic floor region. So a couple options here. You can remain right here. If you'd like, you can bring a hand to your belly, a hand to your chest, and close your eyes. And take a few moments here for some deep breaths. This is a subtle hip stretch, but is one that's very restorative, very helpful and relaxing for our bodies, our nervous systems, our minds. So just taking a couple deep breaths here. Taking one more deep breath here. Nice deep inhale. Nice deep exhale. We're actually going to shift right into final relaxation. So if you'd like, you can stay right here. This is a great option. If you prefer, the knees, soles of the feet can be on the floor, and knees can be up in little mountains. You're also welcome to, let me move the props out of the way, extend one leg and keep the opposite leg in for fallen tree. Or you can shift into having both legs out for traditional final relaxation. The hands can remain on the torso, tuning into the breath, or find a different position altogether. You're also welcome to lay on your side or your belly, or just come back into a seated position. Really, this is your final relaxation. It's your part of practice. So find a position that feels the most comfortable for you, and then make your way into it. And as you resettle in, just tuning into the breath, no longer controlling that breath, instead allow it to settle into its own rhythm, its own cadence. Just noticing how fast or slow it wants to move, how deep or shallow it is. Noticing the quality of each breath on your inhales, the quality of each breath on your exhales. Feeling into the gentle rise and fall of your belly, the gentle rise and fall of your chest. Noticing how the breath here can transform you from one moment to the next, helping you let go of what no longer serves you, and bringing in exactly what you need. If the mind wanders off, it's okay, it happens. Simply bringing your attention back onto the breath, back to the inhales and exhales. But if it's helpful, of course, you can come back to focusing on that mantra we used at the beginning of practice. Inhale, I can. Exhale, transform. Inhale, I can. Exhale, transform. Remaining here with your breath in whatever way best supports you for just a few more moments. I'm going to get quiet for this final part of practice so you can have it to yourself. Please know that I'm watching the time. I respect yours, and I will let you out of this posture before the end of practice. So lean back, let go, and just rest right here. Every day, we are engaged in a miracle, which we don't even recognize. The blue sky, white clouds, green leaves, the curious eyes of a child, our own two eyes, all is a miracle. Bringing your awareness back to this space, taking a deep inhale through the nose, filling your belly, lungs, and chest with air, before slowly exhaling that breath back out. Taking another deep inhale as you begin to wiggle your fingers and toes. Move arms and legs, gently waking your body up. And when it feels right for you, rolling onto one side, pause there with an arm or a hand beneath your head. It's here that I invite you to bring back to mind your intention or purpose that you set at the beginning of your practice that answered the question, why did I get on my mat? Take a nice deep inhale here. Make your way on up into a seated position as we close out practice together today. So find that comfortable seat, root into your sits bones, sit up nice and tall. We inhale, the shoulders come forward and up. Exhale, drop them back and down. Hands find that comfortable position, whether on the knees, palms up or down, in the lap or at heart center. Closing the eyes if you'd like. We take a moment to express gratitude for yet another lovely day here on earth and for our bodies that allow us to do so many things, including yoga. Thank you all so much for allowing me to guide you through this practice today. It was a joy and an honor, and I hope to be able to do so again in the future. The light in me, it sees the light in you. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me here for this weekly stretch session. Again, my name is Alexis Miller. I'm here on behalf of Yoga for Caregivers. You can find me here every Wednesday at 9 a.m. Eastern, so mark your calendars, set your alarms. You can find these videos on YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and you can contact us on LinkedIn and what's the other one? I can't remember. One of the other social media platforms as well. Instagram, that's what it is. So, anyway, find us there. Make sure to share with your friends these free resources so they can have access to them as well. Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you have a delightful rest of your week and an easier time finding your words, and I'll see you next time. Bye.